The newest model home built by Toll Brothers just outside of Austin, Texas is right here. In this video, we're touring one of the most popular floor plans built by Toll Brothers. This is the Parkfield plan, and we're located just outside of Austin, Texas, in a suburb called Cedar Park, Texas, in a community called Hidden Creek. Now, this is one of the most unique floor plans that you're going to see built by Toll Brothers. And that starts right here at the front entrance, where we have a front courtyard. We have some great design features. And then do you see that door back there? That actually goes to what could potentially be a mother-in-law suite. And there's so many different upgrades that we're gonna see throughout this floor plan. And I'm gonna cover as many of them as possible. Now, this specific floor plan, the Parkfield plan, is called different floor plan names in different communities. This was the Vanguard plan, which at the time I'm recording this video has 300,000 plus views on my YouTube channel, and it's because it has an incredible view off the backyard, but it's also the layout and the design upgrades are absolutely incredible. So I'm excited to feature a very similar plan, this one, the Parkfield plan, which is over 4,700 square feet, has 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, a 3-car garage, but many different structural upgrades that I'm gonna feature throughout this video. So if you're looking to build with Toll Brothers, you're trying to understand what the options look like, I'm gonna cover so many details. By the end of this video, I'm confident you'll be well educated on what you can do with Toll. I'll also give you some examples of 2 of my clients that just contracted within the last month with Toll Brothers on 2 different plans, also in 2 different communities. And I'll tell you what we went through during their home search process for them to understand why Toll was the best for them. Now that starts right here in the kitchen. And I find for so many of my clients, they tell me they want to have as many options as possible in the kitchen. One of those would be design upgrades. For example, these waterfall countertops really provide a very cool accent piece here in the kitchen. It's definitely a talking point and makes the kitchen island a focal point. Another design item would be the designer vent hood. Above this gas stovetop, we can see a great design piece with these different vent hood options. And I see out of all the builders that I've worked with, Toll Brothers has some of the widest range of options when it comes to vent hood, as well as other different design upgrades. Now, outside of the design upgrades that are in here, which I can keep going, like the countertops and the cabinets and the different appliances that are in here, it's also a structural upgrade that's shown here, which is the kitchen island. The kitchen island has 2 different sizes. They have a different upgrade option there, which is a larger option called the alternative kitchen island, and that's exactly what you see here, and that's what increases the size of it. And I've been seeing this with many different Toll Brothers floor plans where they offer some sort of upgrade there to increase the size of that kitchen island, and that's good because I've had a lot of clients ask for that. Now, the pantry door is always locked in these different model homes. I never know why, but you can see through that window that there is a pantry. It does exist. But I think why people really look at these plans is the layout. First off, you have that big main living area that we're gonna get to in a second. We also have a study with really tall ceilings on the first floor. We have 2 bedrooms downstairs. Upstairs, you're gonna see a huge game room and media room, but stick with me while we go through this dining area. Now, what I find a lot of my clients tell me they love about their dining / breakfast nook area is they want a lot of natural light coming into this area because this is where they enjoy their morning cup of coffee. This is where they enjoy sunset with a family dinner. And if you take a look at this dining room, there's so many windows off the back wall. And then here is one of the structural upgrades that's in the home. And that's 9 foot by 8 foot sliding glass doors right here. Now, when I say it's an upgrade, that means it's optional. You don't have to go with that, but if you want to really open up that space, I don't think there's anything that does it like sliding glass doors. Also, if you want a design piece in here, I've had a lot of my clients put in an accent wall on this side, as well as just put in furniture, or you could do what they did here and match the cabinets and the handles that are in the kitchen. So it almost makes it look like this kitchen is extended all the way out into this dining room area. As a very cool accent piece, other than the accent wall, I love the lighting that's here underneath these freestanding shelves. That is definitely a great idea that I'll plug with different clients that I'm working with that are looking to make their dining room feel unique. I think that definitely does it. Now there's so many different design features that I could go through there, like that light fixture in the dining room, the beams running across that dining room, but you can see those same beams running across the living room right here. And this living room is what I think really knocks it out of the park for a lot of buyers that are looking for this huge main living area. So many people tell me they spend a lot of their time in the main living area, like the kitchen, the living room, the dining area. They want it all to be a part of the same space, but they still want it to feel unique. And I think this living room feels unique because you have sliding glass doors off the back wall, you have sliding glass doors off the front wall, and everything feels open to each other. This outdoor area, that front courtyard that we came in, and it was the first thing that we looked at, feels like it's a part of this living room. And then that outdoor area with the patio and the trees feels like it's a part of this living room as well. It feels like it's all one space. Now, speaking of feeling like one space, those sliding glass doors all move to one side. And so when you have a party, when you're entertaining, you have a lot of people over, you can just open up those doors on both sides here. And then this room really feels like one space. Now these are much bigger sliding glass doors. I believe the other ones were 9 foot by 8 foot. I believe these are 12 foot by 8 foot. But don't quote me on that. It's something that I can always get for you if you are interested in these details of these plans. And these things do change over time, so obviously double check all the information that I'm giving to you in this video with the builder agent, and of course hire an agent such as myself and my team to help you throughout the process of your build. Now, why I think so many people like Toll Brothers is their big backyard patios and the different design features that you can do here. Now, this can vary in each community, but I think having a different flooring on your patio is something that's really popular. I like the tile that they did here that has some movement in it. Looks a lot better than concrete. And then even though this wasn't a huge backyard in terms of the length off the back of the home, I like how they put this water feature, which could feel like could be a hot tub, or you could just have this as like a design piece, maybe like a smaller fountain or something like that. But I thought this was very cool just to have running water in your backyard. And then this is what it's all about. This is why I think so many people are moving to Texas. It's because of features like this. They want to spend time in their outdoors. And so I think this big side yard with cornhole, with this bar top area and this outdoor kitchen is just incredible. This is what I have a lot of people doing or planning for in their backyard if they can't do it with the builder. Some of these things you can do with the builder, sometimes you can't. It just depends on the community and the builder that you're working with. But either way, Toll Brothers is just trying to show you what's possible in your backyard when you have a side yard like this, which I think is very cool. I have a lot of people looking at putting in turf, easier to maintain, much more consistent, and I think that's a really cool hangout area for the side of this home. Okay, now while we're back here, I do want to show you that this is a model home. Many of the options that exist for lots are going to be different with each of these communities, each of these new faces. So I want to show you what one of those lots look like right here. Now, at the time I'm recording this video, there are lots available in this community called Hidden Creek like this. And what I'm being told is that greenery that you see there that's within the property line, that still should remain there even after construction is completed on the home. Now, definitely double check that. It has to stay obviously outside the building line, but if that's correct, you have some great greenery looking out the back windows of a home that you can build like the Parkfield plan. And that Parkfield model home is actually right over there in the distance next to that US and Texas flag. And why I'm pointing this out is the community is rather flat, but that gets you great usable backyard space. My two clients actually contracted in another community called Treviso that Toll Brothers builds in. They have great lots, but there's a lot of topography there, so sometimes you don't get as much usable backyard space as you get here. Now, getting back into the home, we are looking at so many sets of sliding glass doors. I don't remember which one I used to get back in. I believe it was this one. There we go. And at the time I'm recording this video, one of these sets of sliding glass doors is included, and then there are different upgrade options. And this is something that's considered structural, so you would have to decide on whether you wanted these sliding glass doors at the time of contract. Now we're gonna head over to the primary bedroom and bathroom, and there's still a lot to see here. There's a second bedroom down, there's a utility room, a study, powder bath, and if you're liking the flow of this plan, that's great. If you feel like there are different things that you'd rather in the flow of the plan, then keep watching. There are some great design upgrades that I'll show you that could inspire you, especially if you're looking to build from scratch. And if my clients that just contracted with Toll Brothers are watching this to get design upgrade options or ideas, shout out to you. I'm so excited to see you enjoy that view off the back of your home and your beautiful plan that you chose, which is called the Glenson plan. And that's based in another community, but shout out to my clients if they are watching this. This is one of the design upgrades that I actually have a client closing next month that they're doing a lot of, and that's cabinetry in their study, in their primary bedroom, in so many areas of their home. And I feel like this is a great TV entertainment build out. There's a lot of great storage, which I think many people are looking for in their home, and cabinetry will definitely do it. There's also a perfect area for that TV and cabinetry in this primary bedroom. Now, there's also good windows that are off here, but really what I wanted to show you, and I was avoiding this mirror, but I'll just embrace it, give you away. Here is the tray ceiling, and I love this ceiling design that they did here. Definitely unique. It seems very simple to do as well. I have somebody who's putting in about 5 beams across their tray ceiling after closing. There is a good company that does faux beams. They look just like wood. You wouldn't know they were not wood unless you went up on the beam and started knocking on it. And that's become very popular just to provide that very cool accent piece. I also have somebody doing a tray ceiling accent, meaning they just paint it a different color or make it like a design piece of some sort. And there's definitely options for that. Now here's a great upgrade, this tile all the way up around the back of the mirrors. And I think that tile flows in really well with the colors that were used throughout this primary bathroom. You have a great freestanding tub, which I think becomes the focal point in this primary bathroom, and a window that's bringing in a lot of great natural light. Now we have a commode on the left, and then we have this closet on this side. And then I'll show you the primary shower in a second, which is massive. And while we're in here, I will tell you, when I say that there are different upgrade options, what we're talking about is structural and design upgrades. So when you are about to contract on a lot to begin building with Toll Brothers or really any, the builders that are out here in the Austin Metro, most of them work exactly like this. You have to choose these different structural upgrades like the upstairs additional bedroom or bathroom, which you can do, which we'll get to later on in the video. Some builders for different floor plans, you can do a media room. I mentioned sliding glass doors. There's an extension that you can do on the covered patio outside. There's a lot of different structural upgrades that you can do you have to choose those at the time that you contract on the home. Once you contract on the home, meaning you pick the floor plan that you want, you pick the lot that you want, and you pick the structural upgrades that you want, then you need to select your design upgrades. But you don't do that until you're under contract. And so for some people, it's stressful to do that while they're under contract because then they're not exactly sure how much money they're gonna spend. For others, they like that it's separated because they don't want to pick all these different upgrades at once, right? That can be very overwhelming. And for some people who want to separate those two things, structural and design upgrades, then it's great. For my clients, what we end up doing is we prepare them from a design standpoint where we take pictures of all the things that they like through their home search process. For example, you have this big primary shower where they did a dark tile on the floor, and then they did a lighter tile going all the way up to the ceiling that has some great movement, and then they match that again with the same colors that we hear on the countertop, as well as this backsplash behind the mirrors. And so for one of my clients, if we were walking this, maybe they don't like the flow of this plan, but they like this as a design piece. We like to take pictures of this and then really capture different parts of the home that we liked from a design standpoint. So that when we go to the design studio, instead of coming in without any preparation, we already have pictures of different design pieces that we like, different patterns, different colors. And then when we show that to the designers at Toll Brothers, they already have a head start and can start pulling different samples that match the aesthetic that we like. And I find that makes building from scratch so much easier. And when I say easier, we're in the secondary bedroom down with an in-suite full bathroom. Keep in mind, each of these items that you see here, like the countertop and the cabinet and the faucet and the tile in the floor of the shower, the tile on the walls, and you can do an accent piece in a herringbone pattern like you see here. There are so many different options, and it can be very overwhelming when you're selecting these. But I find if you just have some preparation done, what you're gonna do anyway, you're gonna look at a lot of houses, you're gonna talk about what you like and don't like. It's just a matter of tracking what you like and don't like, and then providing that to the professionals. And that's really the designers. I found Toll not only has great design options, they also have a great studio that I've been to many times over. And at that design studio, you need help navigating through those options. And so for all the communities that I'm aware of that Toll's building in, they include a designer to help you in that process at their design studio. Now, that secondary bedroom and bathroom is great for having parents or anybody elderly you don't want going up and down the steps. You want them staying on the first floor, then I think that that's fantastic. But also keep in mind, and my wife and I just went through this is also great that if you're planning to have kids, take a look at that bedroom on the left. It's very close by to the primary bedroom. And so if you have a baby, you don't want to be going up and down the steps at night. When your baby wakes up, you don't want to do that at 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. or 6 a.m., constantly through the night. It's really nice to have a little bit of separation from your baby, but also they are close by in case you need to feed them at night or console them. And I know that firsthand because my wife and I have a 3 and a 1-year-old, and we love them. I was just at their daycare's Thanksgiving brunch that they had, and I met a lot of other parents that have kids under the age of 4, and everybody is talking about like their night schedule, how they, what their plan is, how they try to, console their kids at night. Like everybody's got a game plan. We're talking about co-sleeping, not co-sleeping, hiring a sleep consultant, sleep nanny, all that stuff. There's so many things that so many things that you can do to help with raising kids, but I think your home is definitely one of those parts. This is also one of your parts. You'll probably have a lot of laundry to do, and having a laundry room like this, I think, is underrated. Getting into real estate, I was actually surprised at how many people put an emphasis on their laundry area, and now I get it. After doing a lot of laundry and after having a couple kids, you actually spend a lot more time in here than you think, and there's nothing more stressful than having clothes everywhere around your house, but there's nothing more gratifying than seeing all your your clothes folded for your entire family and everything organized so you know where it's at. So I completely get it now that utility room is definitely underrated. Now take a look at the cabinetry that's here. I don't think we looked at the kitchen from this side. That is incredible, extending all that cabinetry down that side. I actually have a client who did this in their home with another builder, and I have a video of their home on my YouTube. So if you want to take a look at that and the cabinetry that they did all on that side, I think it came out really well. And I think cabinetry is one of the things that people keep telling me they absolutely love in their kitchen. They want to have as much of it as possible. They also want to have this, a study with tall ceilings and windows everywhere. This is the absolute dream right here, especially for a lot of my clients that are in tech. They work from home. A lot of them call me, they're in California, they're in Seattle, and they're thinking of moving to Austin, and they wonder why all their friends are moving to Austin. And here is a big reason why. Imagine having your desk in a study like this, and this is how you work from home with these tall ceilings. Incredible. And I'll tell you right now, I am taking this video on my cell phone. My cell phone does shoot in 4K, like most people's iPhones do. But you know, I'm not using a fancy camera. This is not how it looks with a cinematographer. I'm just a realtor, and it's not like I went to film school or anything like that. So if you're getting blown away by the video, then I'll tell you right now, it's not me, it's not my camera or anything like that. It is, the study is just incredible. And I think the windows play a factor, but also what it opens up to is great. Like, take a look at that front courtyard that still gives you some great privacy here, and then you still get some windows off the front of your home, and then windows up there as well. Amazing. Now keep in mind, the windows off the front of your home can vary based on the elevation that you select with these plans. The elevation is the exterior aesthetic of the home. It's also where it shows where you're gonna have brick, whether you're gonna have brick or stone or stucco or hardy board, or it'll show you where the material is. The outside of this home is the Parkfield Modern, so it has very clean-cut lines. I think you could see that if you go to the beginning of this video. And then you have a great accent wall here in the powder bath, which I think is very cool. I've had a lot of people do wallpaper in their powder bath, but I think this tile looks great. I love this light fixture too that complements it. What a great accent piece that also complements the upgrades that we saw previously in the study with that ceiling design, along with the upgrades that are right here at the front entrance, like these light fixtures. Very cool. Okay, I think we covered all the structural upgrades on the first floor. Let's head up to the second floor, and I'm excited to show you not just talk about some of the structural upgrades that can be done on this plan if you decide to build it from scratch, but also why people select some of these structural upgrades, which I think is very important. Before I cover one of those structural upgrades, one thing I just want to show you are these windows off the stairwell. Toll is a self-proclaimed luxury builder, and I think they really show why right here in this stairwell design. Very cool accent piece with the trim work that's done there all along the walls. I have somebody doing this after closing as well. They're closing next month. I think it really provides a very cool piece, especially at that front entrance. But windows are everything, right? You're not going to do that after closing. I think it's really important to do. Okay, getting into one of the structural upgrades, you see here, this is a linen closet. At the time I'm recording this video, this can be a second powder bathroom. So if you end up having a lot of guests staying with you on the second floor, or you have maybe your kids entertain a lot here in the game room, have friends over, sometimes it's nice to have a powder bath that is accessible close by. Now, of course, you don't have to do that upgrade because you also have this full bathroom that has access from the hallway, and also one of the bedrooms has access to this bathroom en suite. They elected to do a walk-in shower here. Most of the bathrooms will have a bathtub, and there are options usually to upgrade that bathtub to a walk-in shower. Toll Brothers, usually in some of these communities in Austin, at least that I've experienced, on the second bathroom downstairs, a spare bathroom, usually they'll have a walk-in shower there because they know everybody's selecting that, right? In this day and age, everybody who has parents staying with them, they don't want them getting up and down or in and out of a bathtub on that first floor secondary bathroom. And so most people are doing that upgrade. And so usually I see Toll, if most people are doing the upgrade, Toll Brothers starts to include some of these things in the base plan where you don't have to upgrade it. Now this is gonna be one of the bedrooms that is a little bit more private on this side. We did have 2 bedrooms upstairs, but there is an option for a 3rd bedroom. Now we'll cover that option here in a second. But first, what I wanna show you is this massive game room. I think this is one of the best parts of the Parkfield plan and why it's so popular. Below here is the living room. So for some people that want, 20-foot tall ceilings, they want their living room to be open to the 2nd story. There are plenty of plans with Toll Brothers that gets you that open to the 2nd story. On a lot of those plans though, you won't get a game room that is this massive. And also what you won't get is an option for a balcony. So you don't see it here, but there is an option at the time I'm recording this video to put a balcony right here. And then you can also do sliding glass doors that open to that balcony. Now, if you're wondering why would somebody put a balcony here, let me show you some lots that have incredible views that 2 of my clients just contracted on in the last month with Toll Brothers right here. Now, we have many clients currently building in this community called Treviso, where Toll Brothers is building. What I'm really excited about is we had 2 clients that just decided to build on the lots that you see right below here. So their property line would go right around to about that black fence. And they're gonna look out to this incredible view, and they're building a plan with Toll Brothers that does offer a 2nd floor balcony option. And obviously they picked that option, so I'm very excited for them to build in this community. Now this is my videographer checking out what was back here, and there's actually this creek bed that's back there that makes this land protected so they can't have neighbors right behind them. Now getting back to the video, we have this large game room area, which we were showing. I think having the TV over there makes sense, but you could also have it on this wall. It's just, obviously people would be walking by that wall back and forth. So I think having a TV on this side is great, but you don't even need a TV in this game room if you don't want it. You can just make this into a hangout area, because if you want a separate area to watch TV, you have a media room on this side, which is massive. And I think this is where you're starting to see the square footage in this plan jump out. We're over 4,700 square feet. We have 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms. And this is a big reason why. These game rooms, media rooms, main living area is massive. Now, this model home does not even have the structural upgrade that does add square footage to the plan, and that's gonna be an additional bedroom and full bathroom. But if you wanted to do that upgrade, that would be right through this door. Now, if you don't do it, they have a door like this because per code, they usually need access into different attic spaces. But if you had an additional bedroom and full bathroom, it would be right over there, and that would make this home into a 5-bedroom, 5.5 bathroom home. And of course, you still have that 2nd powder bathroom upgrade that you can do upstairs. And those are the different upgrade options. Now, if you didn't do, like in this home, that additional bedroom and bathroom is not there, you still get 2 bedrooms upstairs. We already saw one of them, and this is going to be the last one. Now stick with me. At the end of this video, I'm also gonna show you a home for sale in this neighborhood that is their floor plan that is actually another model home that I will share on my YouTube channel eventually. but that home is currently for sale. I'm gonna feature it right after this one. So I'll give you an idea of pricing in this area. We'll talk about other communities and what's going on in Cedar Park later as well. And actually, I'll talk about Cedar Park right now while we're going through this in-suite full bathroom. This community that's located in Cedar Park is one of the few new construction communities in this suburb. Most of the new construction is north of here because Cedar Park is rather landlocked. There's not really a great deal of land available to build these new construction communities. So most of the new construction for that reason is in Leander, Georgetown, Liberty Hill, all these suburbs that are north of Cedar Park. The advantage of being in Cedar Park is you get closer access to everything, closer access to highways, closer access to the Domain if you work at Amazon, or if you just want to be close to the Domain, which is our second downtown area, or if you want to be close to Apple. Their second headquarters is 15 miles northwest of downtown Austin. This will get you closer access to all of that. But you also get closer access to a lot of the restaurants and shops that are coming up. For example, I just ate at a new Greek restaurant that's right off of Whitestone Boulevard and Ronald Reagan Boulevard. And then there is some new shops that are going in right across Ronald Reagan Boulevard, which is the main road leading to this community. There are so many restaurants that are currently getting built out at the time I'm recording this video right across Ronald Reagan Boulevard, which is pretty much 1 to 2 minutes drive from communities like this. So a lot of reasons people are looking at this community. There's a lot of reasons why it's popular, and definitely the proximity is going to be one of those reasons. But also, Toll Brothers is one of those reasons. The upgrades that you see in here and the floor plan, it's incredible. They build very good luxury homes, and that continues outside. And I don't say that often, right? Usually the home tour would end here, but this one just keeps going because you have this separate front courtyard area. Now, some people look at this as just they get confused because they haven't seen this type of upgrade before, and they ask, why would I ever need this? And what I find is when you're in these communities and sun setting, and it's a day like this, I think we're gonna hit a high of about 70 degrees. And this is our winter. This is Thanksgiving week at the time I'm recording this video. Well, people are out and about. Their kids are running around outside. They're walking around the neighborhood. And when you run into neighbors that become friends with, it's nice to just bring them into your front courtyard, right? Sometimes I've had people, they'll put in like a fireplace here. Like I had somebody close on their new construction home. We have a fireplace at their front courtyard. And what they always say is having people in to just enjoy that space rather than just walk into their house. A lot of people who are just walking by don't want to just barge in and come into your home. Sometimes your home's messy. I know that as having a 3 and a 1-year-old, then that space is incredible. And this space can be too as well. I've had somebody build this plan, a resale that I saw, and obviously it didn't look like this. This is the exterior selections that you would make when you start building with Toll Brothers. But they had this as a mother-in-law suite. It actually was just a bedroom with a full bathroom. I've also had somebody who does sculpting, and they needed a separate space that was close by to their garage to do sculpting. And this would normally be a driveway. Obviously, this is just a model home, so it's just for show for now. But eventually, this will be a driveway. And so for people that want a separate space to do something fun, like my client was doing sculpting or artwork, I have somebody else that really wanted to have both their in-laws as well as their parents staying with them on the first floor. Well, then they use this in-law suite as well as that secondary bedroom and bathroom to have everybody still on the first floor. And that's where this plan, I think, really stands out as unique, very functional, and very, very grand. Now, if you liked this plan, then you'll definitely want to see this home for sale. Now, this is the Koa plan. This is the modern farmhouse look on the exterior. A lot of clients that I talk to, they love the stucco look. The hardy plank that you see there, I get a lot of feedback that they're not sure about it. They're not sure about the farmhouse look, but I think that exterior with the dark and light contrast is fantastic. and this plan complements all of that as well. Now this home is just finishing up construction, so if you see tape on the walls, Toll Brothers is just being very meticulous at making this modern home feel model home quality. And what you're going to see though is a lot of different upgrades on a home that is for sale at just under $1.2 million. Now, this specific home has 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, is 3,800 square feet approximately, has a 3-car tandem garage, and what you see is what you get, meaning the structural upgrades are already picked, all the design selections are in the home. Like I mentioned, there's just some drywall, touch-up, repair, and different things like that. So I'm gonna cover as many options as possible in this plan. Whether you're interested in this specific home or building it, I think it will provide you value on what it's like to walk through the COA floor plan. Now, we're gonna start right here in the kitchen, and as you can see here, they did 2-tone kitchen cabinets, providing a darker touch on the kitchen island to make it stand out. Match that look with the vent hood, and the designer vent hood is very popular with Toll Brothers. I have 2 clients that actually just contracted with Toll Brothers in the last 2 weeks, and they are very excited looking at different design options that are offered, and I think that's why a lot of people gravitate to Toll Brothers. Like you saw in that model home previously, there are just so many different options that you can do from a design and a structural standpoint. And I think you see that here in a home that is not a model home, that definitely has less in upgrades, but you still see a lot of differences in this home compared to other builders. Now, what I would say most of my clients love about kitchens like this is the fireplace design complements a lot of the upgrades that are in this kitchen. For example, if we take a closer look at the kitchen countertop, there are some light veins running through this large kitchen island, and that matches up really well with the vent hood, as well as the kitchen island color, as well as the fireplace. So those dark touches are complemented in the countertop. And then this is gonna be one of the structural upgrades that's in this home. There is an alternative kitchen island that you can choose at the time I'm recording this video that makes this kitchen island much bigger. And that's exactly what we're seeing right here. Now I'm gonna cover another upgrade in the patio. We're gonna head to the primary bathroom where there's another upgrade. But first, while I'm here, I did wanna cover the pantry. And then while we're in this section, so we don't have to keep jumping around, I'll also cover the utility room as well as the garage. Now, I have a client who's closing next month, and in their utility room, if they're watching, they'll know I'm talking about them. I'm really excited for the different things that they're doing in their utility room as well as pantry. In their pantry, they're taking down all the shelves, and they're gonna put in butcher block shelves and very cool upgrades there. They're doing cabinets in the game room upstairs where they have like a bookshelf and a reading nook. Obviously in this home, we have some cabinetry already built out with a sink. And they're gonna do something similar after closing. And sometimes with these builders, it makes sense to do these things after closing just because of the costs that's associated with it. For this inventory home, they already have some of these items. For example, here is the mud bench already built in. You saw a sink already built out with cabinetry in the utility room. And then we're right off of a 3-car tandem garage. Now in this garage, they already have wiring for what I believe is an electric car charger, which you see in that dark circle over there. We have a doorway to exit off of the 2-car garage bay. And that's usually a loop for a water softener, which is really important. Here in Cedar Park, Texas, we do have a lot of hard water. And by the way, that door is usually there just to, so you don't have to exit your garage and wrap around to get to your trash cans. You can just take that door over to your trash cans. Also, if you do work around your garage, sometimes it's just nice to have another door that's here. Now, one thing I'll point out is anytime you have the garage entry in from the tandem garage space, is most people use this garage space for storage. And then if you have to walk back here, you may not be able to store as much. I would say that's something small. A lot of people, I would say, don't mind having the garage entry in the tandem garage space, but others that are really trying to maximize storage and pack as much as they want and as much as they can in there, they really want that completed, the garage entry in another area of the garage rather than the 3-car tandem. Okay, getting back into the living room, we have similar flooring that you saw in the utility room as the fireplace design. Let me know what you think about this. I've had a lot of clients do tile all the way up to the ceiling in the fireplace. I would say a lot of them like that larger tile with veins running through it, and they run that tile vertically so it goes all the way up. Or I have a client who just closed, who I'll be posting their video of their home in a week or two on my YouTube, and they did fireplace tile horizontally all the way up with some really good movement in it. Let me know what you think about this. I don't think I've seen it as much, and I'm not sure what I think about it, but I want to hear from you in the comments. What do you think about this? Now, obviously, that's just a orange wiring, so it can go to another area if you have equipment that you want to connect in with the TV. And then you have a floor outlet right down there for like either a floor lamp or like recliners in that area. And then we have sliding glass doors that look out to the backyard. And then as we get to the breakfast nook area, you'll see this is much bigger than just a breakfast nook. This is definitely a dining area where I like how they have room on the side there for a furniture piece in the dining room. And then going back to my client that is doing a lot after closing, they are doing all their light fixtures after closing. So this is what we typically see with builders, but if you have blocking already in place there, which you would typically have if you have a chandelier already being hung up, that's easy to replace. For example, I have a client that's hanging up 4 chandeliers after closing next month. 2 of them are actually over 100 pounds, and then the other 2 I think are around 25 to 40 pounds. And so if you have blocking already in place there, that's good. You just want to double check with the builder the weight capacity on the blocking that they put in. And then you want to have an experienced professional who's hanging up these chandeliers. Obviously, when you have 19 or 20 foot tall ceilings, you want to have somebody who's not going to drop your chandelier or damage your home. Now heading out to the backyard, this is one of the structural upgrades that is not in this home. And that's the covered patio. And I don't think they did the covered patio on this one just because it would cut into the backyard. And so all it does is it adds an extension beyond the home line here so that you get a little bit more patio space. But I think on this type of backyard, it makes sense to not go with that option just to maximize space. And then even though there is space back there, there will be a neighbor back there eventually. Right now, at the time I'm recording this video, the community that we're in called Hidden Creek does have a great deal of lots that are available. Definitely more than when this community originally started, where it was selling really well and had a wait list and had a lot of people coming into this neighborhood just because of the location. And we're gonna talk about that location here in a second, which is Cedar Park, Texas, a suburb outside of Austin, Texas. But I want to cover some of the main parts of this home. We'll work back to the front of the home, where at the front of the home, we have a study, we have a second bedroom downstairs that has an in-suite full bathroom, we got a powder bathroom, upstairs we got a game room and a media room. But downstairs here, stick with me because this is the primary bedroom. It has a tray ceiling, it's got a few windows that look off the back of the home. And then, by the way, in these areas, you have a great deal of options with lots. So if you preferred bigger lots, bigger backyards, there is another community that's coming up with Toll Brothers. There are also lots in this community that are bigger. It's just a matter of finding the right one to build the floor plan that you're looking for. And that's where the game of finding the right lot, right floor plan, right builder, right community, it's exactly that. It's a game. There are a lot of options right now, and exploring those options and knowing what your pros and cons are for those options is extremely important. And this is one of those options, and this is why I tour so many homes and put them online. It's because I want to give you an idea of what these options look like. I also want to memorize these options and know what's out there. It makes it easier for me to advise clients and also game plan with my realtor partners who are also touring a lot of these homes, because I can get their perspective, I can get a lot of data from their clients or our clients that we're working on together and really understand what the best options are in this current market. Now, speaking of options, this is one of those options where this is the extended primary shower. Normally there would be a linen closet right here, and that would make the shower smaller. And as I say in all my videos, that's at the time I'm recording this video, they're offering that option like that, the covered patio option, which is typically what we see. A primary shower, a little bit different. I don't see that in a lot of floor plans where they offer an extended shower, but I do think it's a great upgrade simply because you're putting more space in an area that you're going to be utilizing quite a bit, your primary shower. And also for resale, I think that does make a difference. Now, if you really prefer closet space, then I get it. This is the primary closet for this plan where we just have, by the way, there's some touch up that's still needed in this home, or some of this is just wet paint, so it just needs to dry to blend in. But this would be the primary closet. Now, if you're not liking the space in here, I do have third-party closet companies that can come in and do a full build out. In fact, I was just speaking to one yesterday about one of our clients who's doing a full closet build out, and I can definitely get you those contacts if you reach out to me. There are some good ones out here. And if builders offer those, I usually tell my clients, generally speaking, to avoid going with customizations with different builders. And apologies, I just realized this is not lit. There we go. That adds a lot more light to this hallway leading out to the main living area. These are cool light fixtures too, that could easily be changed out if you preferred something else. But going back to those companies, I have some good ones where some of these options make sense to go with a third-party provider just because they tend to be more cost-effective than the builder and they tend to offer more options. Keep in mind, these builders are building hundreds and hundreds of homes, so they may not offer the amount of options, in some cases, like closet build-outs, than other companies might that are specialized in it, like third-party closet companies, which there are a lot of them. All right, this is the second bedroom downstairs. It does have an in-suite full bathroom. And for this in-suite full bathroom, we do have the mud set shower, which I think is very important. Mud set just means they actually dig into the concrete, so you have to drop down to get into the mud set shower. And that's a lot different than an acrylic pan, where you're gonna have a lip on that pan, and I think people get paranoid about that lip on the pan because it can be a tripping hazard. And if you have this bedroom in your plans of having a second spare bedroom downstairs, and you have it in your plans because you want to have maybe parents staying with you on the first floor, you don't want them going up and down the steps, I find the mud set shower, if it's in your budget, it is a good upgrade because again, you don't have that lip there. And I've heard people say the mud set shower, you can grip the floor much easier than an acrylic pan, where sometimes when it gets soapy on an acrylic pan, it can be a little bit slippery. Now, there are things that you can buy on Amazon to get better grip on the floor. There's definitely things that you can do to work around it, but of course, the mud set shower is better for functionality as well as aesthetically. Okay, on this plan, the staircase is off to the side, and if you are having a tough time visualizing this space, keep in mind, we do have a walkthrough of this home as a model home, fully staged out. If it's not posted on my YouTube at the time you're watching this, just reach out to me. I have a video of it. It's somewhere saved in my Dropbox that I've already shared with my clients. And that's what I do with YouTube. I tend to post a lot of the videos that I'm already taking for my clients, so I give them early access to it, and then I post them on YouTube eventually. So if you don't see something on YouTube, just reach out to me. Always happy to work with people on their home search. This is a good deal of storage. We're just talking about storage, losing that linen closet in the primary shower. This is a great deal of storage right in the powder bathroom. And I think this is very important. I have a lot of my clients tell me they're worried about storage, especially in Texas where we don't have basements. I was just talking with somebody about this where they were moving from Boston and they were saying we have a huge basement, like 2,000 square feet. And I just told them, well, we need to figure out spaces of where you're gonna store your stuff. And sometimes that's not easy, but in some of these plans, they have a good amount of storage. Now, that was the powder bathroom before this, second bedroom down with an en-suite full bathroom. This is the study. I think for this study, if you put your desk right over that floor outlet, that way you can connect your computer in and your phone if you're charging it right here. You get a lot of sunlight off your right shoulder, off the front of the home with those 3 windows. And then you even get a window off the left side here. So there's a good amount of natural light coming in. Now, the only thing I would say about this study that I've seen my clients do quite a bit is the lighting. Now the lighting in here is just that one light. And so sometimes you can do some things after closing of like putting in a floor lamp that would really illuminate this space. But I have a lot of my clients put in 4 lights in this area. And I wanted to show you these stickers that you see there. That's Toll Brothers being very meticulous, which I love seeing. I don't know if you see that line at the crest there. That's what they're saying to their trade that they need to fix. And I love, love, love seeing that. A lot of builders will wait till buyers buy this home and then they do a blue tape walkthrough and then you put up 500 to 600 pieces of tape of every touch-up that you need in this home. And that can be very, very tedious. Don't get me wrong, everybody's gonna do a blue tape walk and you're gonna have a lot of blue tape, but when you have to do all the work for the builder, that can be pretty annoying at times. And as you can tell, all these green pieces of tape are calling out something very small that you can barely see. And that's great, because that's Toll Brothers trying to get this home up to a high level of quality, which is very important. Now, of course, with all builders, there are cons, and I don't like to put those in publicly facing videos. Sometimes the con is a builder is good, they have good quality, they have good construction managers, but they're just expensive, right? So it can vary from builder to builder. I don't like to put those in public facing videos because that's information I give to my clients, and I'm not here to throw out a bunch of cons that can be debated because that would burn bridges, which would not help my clients, right? So reach out to me if you need help with that. I'm always happy to advise our clients, and that's coming from experience of representing clients with 21 different builders. And so I love talking about the differences because each builder has those differences. I think it's important to know, especially when you're building a brand new home or buying a new construction home from these builders. Okay, we just looked at the game room loft area. It looks down into the living room. We have great trends and windows that look out to the back of the home. Again, there will be another home back there. And I didn't even point it out, but do you see that black dot on the kitchen island at the top? That's actually an outlet. So recently, builders had to abide by, or most of them are abiding by this. It's a new code where they can't put outlets on the sides of your kitchen island anymore. Not all builders have abided by that yet, but to my knowledge, eventually they'll have to, right? And because it's code. And now builders are offering this option to put an outlet at the top of the countertop for that reason. And sometimes it's an upgrade. It's just gonna vary with each builder and each section that we're in. Now this is also gonna vary. This is a structural upgrade that does add square footage to the plan, and that's the media room. It's a media room that does get enclosed with double doors, as you see there. That small door on the right side is just per code. They have to give multiple access points to attic space in these areas. This would normally be, I believe, unfinished space. I'm not even sure if they would have access to it other than if code required a small door to access it. But that's what they're calling a bonus room. You can also put an additional bedroom and full bathroom in that same area, but you can't do both. Right now, at the time I'm recording this video, it needs to be one or the other, bonus room or an additional bedroom and full bathroom. Now, what I should have showed you, as soon as we get to the top of the steps, you are met with so much natural light because of the tall windows that are along that stairwell. And then as soon as you get to the top of the stairwell, you have all those windows off the back of the home in the living room that you look out to. And that makes the space feel so open concept, which people tell me they absolutely love, because that's why so many people are moving to this Austin metro area. They love the open concept homes. And I get that for a lot of my clients that are watching this in the Bay Area in California, just because affordability and high taxes. They love the idea of moving to Texas. I was just talking to somebody who said they were looking at a home that was 1,600 square feet for $1.5 million in California. Now, obviously, it's not necessarily a fair comparison, simply because that's obviously in a different area of California, but they were calling from San Ramon. They commute to Google, and they were looking at Austin for that reason, because affordability was just so tough. And then a lot of my other clients call me from Seattle. Seattle with Microsoft and Amazon, of course, it's a big reason why a lot of people are moving here. Both companies have office space here. And a lot of people that are in Seattle, especially at the time I'm recording this video, it's gray, it's not sunny, it's rainy a lot. And don't get me wrong, I love Seattle. I actually met my wife in Seattle, and it was beautiful. We were 2 hours east of the city in the mountains, and it was gorgeous. And I really fell in love with Seattle. But when we talked to our friends there, they love Seattle too, but they just could not do the rain. The cloudiness, they said when you can't see the sun for a week and a half in a row, you don't see the sun for 10 days straight, you do start to feel a little bit depressed, right? And it's tough. And I think, I'm in this home right now. It's actually November. It's 65 degrees out. It's beautiful. It's not always like that. We do get hot summers for sure. But I think for a lot of people moving here from Seattle, like 2 of my clients just moved here from Seattle in the last month, they absolutely love it. They said they've been outside every single day. One of them, they just put in pickleball courts in the community that they're in, and they love those pickleball courts. They've been playing like every day since they moved in. All right, so this is the full bathroom that is right off of the bedroom. You do have in-suite access from that bedroom as well. So guests could use this, but also that bedroom can use it right from the bedroom. And with all that being said, if you're looking at homes like this, you want to get a full picture of what it's like to build with Toll Brothers. Let me know. I've had so many clients build with Toll recently, and there are great floor plans, there's great options. There are options that I would recommend doing after closing rather than with the builder. That can vary with each builder in each community, but this is the type of information I can provide you and my realtor partners can provide you when we're looking at various options. And there's so many as we go through this home. I can't cover them all in one video. For example, like the stairwell even, there's multiple options. Like you can get the end caps stained in some cases, or you can just do without the end caps and do the upgrade that they did there. There's so many different things that you can do. Now, if you are looking at the Austin metro area and you want to get a full picture of what all your options are, you want that unbiased perspective, go ahead and text New Home as one word to the number at the bottom of the description of this video. And then if you want to see more homes for sale, I put a lot of exclusive home tours on my website, which is at the top of the description of this video. And then if you want to see another home built by Toll Brothers, actually a model home that 2 of my clients just contracted on in the last couple weeks. It's the Glenton plan. It's built in Treviso, but there's a similar plan you can build here. I'm gonna put that floor plan right here so you can get a good idea of what you can build with Toll Brothers. And also, if you need anything else, again, reach out to me. My number's at the bottom of the description for this video. All right, I hope that helps. Take care.